Hello, everybody. This is Jay Takashi here to bring you guys another anime podcast. And today I am joined by my brother, and also the also king of anime, Mr. RenOtaku.
Hey yo,
Thank
what's
you for
going
being
on,
here.
everybody?
And guys, we're gonna be here to talk about the best hentai pro. God Christ, God, God.
You see where his mind is, right? You see,
No,
you
no,
guys see
no,
that?
no,
You
no,
guys
no.
see where his
We're here.
mind
We're
is?
here. Yeah, I know, bro. It slipped. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why that came to my mind.
You
We're gonna
you
talk
don't know
about the
why it
best
came to your
Easter.
mind. He doesn't
I
know
don't
why
know.
it came to his mind. We know why it
I don't
came
know
to his
why.
mind.
Because we just had that conversation before we got started. That's why. But
Is
all
that
in
what
all,
we were
we're
talking about? Is that what we were talking
somewhat,
about?
yes. Somewhat to an extent, yes. But
Oh
guys,
man, just ousting yourself. Just ousting yourself right there. So, it ain't
no,
even started yet. Already ousting yourself. Look at you.
yeah, I know. Hold on, Uncle Guns. I get to you, bro. But all in all, guys, we're here to talk about the best Isekai protagonists, and we're gonna go over the one all the ones that we would know that would be in our list, or not more so on the list, but who would classify as the best within that realm. And I'm gonna let Mr. And before I do get started, I'm gonna let Ren Otaku go first, and then I'm gonna go next. We'll name each of them off one by one and give each other a turn, and then I think we can somewhat surmise which would be in the best realm, because I know as much as I love Kazuma, I can't put him on the list. I think in terms of honestly, I'll be real. I'll put him over one of them. If I had to be biased, I would put Kazuma in five just to troll people, because I think he is one of the funniest ones, and he's different from everybody else because he's not overpowered. So you know what? I might surprise you guys. I might actually put him on the list. I just might do it because I'm a
I'm not gonna
troll.
hold you. Cosmo was on. He was on my list. He was on my list.
Okay.
So
Okay, so we agree there. He's number 5. All right.
All right. So when I would go on my list, my number 5, we just talked about it would be Cosmo. It would be Cosmo because man, he
Your explanations.
he's hilarious. He's absolutely hilarious. Um, a lot of people when they think about anime characters, they think about powers, they think about flashiness, they think about power level and stuff like that. Not a lot of people think about impact, and it's especially in isekais. The whole premise of an isekai is the impact this individual has on this new world. You know, what kind of impact do they bring to this new world? And I think Kazuma brings probably one of the most interesting and hilarious approaches to the isekai to date. Like to date. By not only being a isekai because it's in another world, but also having the harem aspect to it at the same time. It blends very well together in a surprising way. It's kind of it's a comedic harem isekai little blend, but him as the main character, one, he has to be powerful because he's got to be the one that's got to defeat the demon lords and all that stuff. But two, it doesn't have to be about him, and that's the thing I like about isekais is that it's not all about him. It's more about the people he meets along his journey and the way that he has his journey and the situations that he runs into on those journeys. And this goes for all the characters, the situations that they run into along those journeys that help build the character to ultimately what they need to be. Now, if you guys don't know what we're talking about Konosuba. And that is one of the most hilarious, nonsensical isekais that are out there. So the plot to that isn't as important as the journey itself. So he has the what's the word I'm looking for here? He has a privilege. Not privilege. He has a privilege of being one of the more well-made isekai protagonists without having to really gain any power. And that's really big because in most isekais, you got to beat the big bad guy. Like at the end of the day, there's a big bad guy that you got to beat in this new world to make the new world like you. And his premise is a little different in the sense that, yeah, there is a big bad guy, but he doesn't really got to beat him. And a lot of the story isn't really around him beating him. It's more around him being hilarious and being what would realistically happen if you or I were to be put in a new world filled with a bunch of women and anime titties. Like, if you threw us in that situation, realistically speaking, we would be just like him.
Right.
we would be just, if not worse. Some of you nasty motherfuckers, some of you would be worse than he is.
Yeah,
so
you're worse than us, actually.
We'd be it's a very realistic approach of how we would perform in that situation, and that is why he gets at least onto the top 5. Not he'd be number 5 in my top 5, not up there, but he's in my top 5 just because of how well done of a protagonist character he is for his specific isekai. What's your take, Jay?
I agree with you. Kazuma definitely stands out above all the rest because he's, like I said, he's not really overpowered, but he has some abilities that him and his group are able to utilize in conjunction together, and it's very in funniest, boisterous ways that no. I love that. He says, Isekai Otaku, I have no idea what you would possibly mean. Yes, you know.
You know.
Man.
You know.
You know.
You know.
You know, man. Like, listen, we're all grown ass men here. I don't think any of y'all are stupid. So no. So you're not gonna play that over here with me. None of y'all are stupid. So stop. Y'all intelligent. So get out of here. But no, but all in all, the world does he does affect the world that he is in. I do like that about Kazuma. And even though his comedic antics are like top tier for me, and that's what makes him more engaging, because how he handles situations is not like that of a typical hero or at all. So
at all.
It is at all. Like, dude, I got him rewatching it like 2 days ago, and I'm like, yo, he's different. He built different.
Mm-hmm.
And lies, I'm an innocent. Okay. I'll believe you. I'll take it on that comment.
No, Aika is one of the House Otaku members. Thank you for coming out to the stream. Greatly appreciate it. She is.
Thank you for being here.
Yep, she is 100% lie. If she were put in that position as Kazuma, just like any of us, she would also be going wild for all of the anime titties that you find ourselves surrounded by, and it's realistic. I mean, it is entirely unrealistic to expect that anybody thrown in that position, whatever your orientation is, would not have the greatest field day ever. You know, in a world like
look at
that.
this picture, guys. Like, come on, who would you can't lie to me and say, yeah, you can't lie to me.
Not even specifically this. Like I said, this one has a lot of harem elements to it, so a lot of the other characters are going to be sexy females. But if you take one like the time I got reincarnated as a slime, hell, even Overlord. You know what I mean? Like, so there's people that would get thrown. That would be thrown, just to name a few, people that would be thrown into those worlds and just have a heyday. And realistically. Right. Realistically speaking, that's the Kazuma is the more realistic representation of what it would actually be like if you got thrown into these worlds. You know nothing about the world. You know nothing about the magic. You know nothing about the laws. You know nothing about anything. All you know is that this is amazing and I'm here now. So.
Yeah, all you know is that I am here and I'm gonna make the most of it.
Make the most of it. Exactly. Exactly.
Hey, and I'll be like this. You see all the girls and all these, man? Like, I
exactly.
Bro, you're gonna have like well, first of all, with that last one, y'all gonna have a really good time, bro. I can tell you that.
How a realist hero rebuilt the kingdom. Yep, see there, too. That's another one. That's another one.
That's one of my favorite. That's another one. He actually is on that list, on my list, by the way. He did something that I barely, besides Rimuru. Actually, I'll go to him next. My man. Yo, not only did the king summon him because, well, first of all, I can't spoil without spoiling the series, but the king summoned this hero, this human here to this world in order to save the kingdom. But guess what? Not in the way that you think he had to save it. Like, I gotta get superpowers and I gotta start beating everybody up. No. This dude literally becomes the king of the entire kingdom the minute he gets summoned, bro. And it's not only did the king strip himself of his status, he literally said, "I'll even give you my daughter for good measure."
Just for good measure.
Just for good measure. That's
That's
wild.
fucking hilarious.
Yo, he was.
That's
Yo, I,
fucking
like when I
hilarious.
watched that was funny. She was like, wait, what? she looking, she looking stunned like a motherfucker. Like, wait, who the hell? What the hell? Now you can't do this BS. I'm like, yes, I can. Because I can. I was a king when I
Man.
made a decoration. So you can't even say no. So
Yeah.
and it's just now granted, what he does, I'm gonna get to him because when I get to his girl, because Alicia is actually funny, and I actually do like her because it's actually funny about her turnaround. But the main character, he is amazing. He is able just because, and as I talk to people, you really need to go to school and pay attention to school because this kid is actually a genius. He knows economics. He knows infrastructures. He knows economies. He knows socialism. He knows politics. Like it's crazy, and he's able to find the flaws within the kingdom within a few days. And once he did that, he started putting things into place. Like, all right, man, we gotta start making gains. I want people who are good at certain things. I want you to recruit them. People who have a particular talent, recruit them all over the kingdom, all over our country. And then he able to find the four to five people who are going to benefit him in the long run. And as he does that, he steadily builds the kingdom's economy up. He props up their economy normally, because remember they had stuff, but they weren't a high selling country to begin with. Now,
So
granted,
it's kind of like, because
I
I didn't actually get the chance to see a realist hero rebuild the kingdom. So it's kind of like taking real world politics and economics knowledge, just real world building knowledge, and applying it to the actual building of this kingdom.
Applying it
Yeah,
to
I
that
like that.
world.
I like that
That's why
because
I like it too.
I really liked Dr. Stone for that very reason, where they took real world science but applied it in like an anime setting. That I liked that. It was highly educational and it was interesting. It made you learn in a way that you would actually be receptive of it. So I'm gonna have to check that anime out.
Right.
That one actually sounds really good.
Dude, I'll tell anybody this. If you've ever seen Spice and Wolf, then you'll know exactly what it is.
Right.
Because it takes some stuff from Spice and Wolf, which is really about agriculture, about about economies and merchants, how they sell things over there. Additional romance in there time to time, but all in all, it does show you things, and that's how I first got into like stuff like that. When you're trying to because Tenet was the first before realist hero, and I mean realist in a isekai world, and then also with Rimuru, because we'll get to him later.
Yeah.
But I want to get these other guys some shine because he actually would be in the 10. What he's doing, like what I always give people props for building a nation and actually boosting up the economy.
Which is why I like Rimuru a lot.
Because of their knowledge. Yeah, me too. Same way with him. Because he's making gains. Rimuru made gains too. But I gotta give Realist Hero because he doesn't have all that power. His only ability is able to manipulate things manipulate certain things. And that's like he uses his let's say psychic abilities in order to write his documents, to sign off things, like hella paperwork like a Hokage. The only difference is he doesn't have to do as much with that ability because it helps him. But he tries improving on the ability. But all in all, it's not like I said, it's not a bust 'em up series. That's why I like bro, every episode I watch, bro, like I was actually waiting for the next episode every time. Because this dude got a without spoiling, this man got 3 wives.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Actually, no, 4. No, 4.
Of course.
4. Hold on, 4. Yeah. No, but you didn't see. No, but the thing is, you didn't. Okay. For anybody who's new to Isekai, you wouldn't see that coming. Me, I can read underlying tones.
Right.
And Martin and I kind of know how Isekais go, not because they're easy to read. They're not really. Right. I'll be honest, they're not good at foreshadowing. I would say that. I would say they're not good at hiding it. Right. I would say they're not good at hiding it. That's what I would say. I can't say not foreshadowing. They're pretty good, but they're not like Hunter x Hunter when I got on here level.
Hell yeah.
But all in all, they do a really good job of and actually how it affects other people outside the kingdom too. It's not just simply he did all this. We got other nations that won't submit to this kid because they don't want to forgo the teachings or forgo the love and respect of the former king. And they're like, okay, so I guess I got to show you motherfuckers. And I'm just like, and he actually does show them. So So his work is not to be denied and underestimated.
Right.
And also there was a particular episode about him not about trying to of the woman that he picked to perceive an heir, but the thing is he has to push back on that because of what he's trying to do, because they have so much stuff to do, and that
Okay.
it's
Yeah,
not
it
not so much
sounds-
it's not and it sounds like it would become an issue, but it's a thing that a king has to do. Like, bro, I
Right.
have so much shit.
The series
going on.
sounds fantastic. I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. Like I said, I didn't see the realist, so I'm.
It
It
has
sounds
20 episodes.
yeah, it
I
sounds
think
fantastic. I'm probably gonna end up checking that out later on today. But
definitely, man.
continuing with the list that we were making, I think I did Konosuba's as number 5. What's your number 5?
I'll take Kazuma.
Kazuma as well. So
Yeah.
we're right there on line. Kazuma number 5, top 5.
And yeah, I think he's in the 5 of the spot. But like I said, guys, this list could be either 7, 8. It doesn't matter. But as long as they're in there, I think as long as they affect the world around them, they deserve to be on that list. Kazuma deserves to be on that list because he's different, and I think he is one of the best because he is funny as hell. Realist hero, he deserves to be on the list because he's done too much shit in 2 seasons. It's crazy. He's done too much shit. Yeah, too much. I can't even take him on my list now that I think about it. Nah, he's not getting off that list, man. Not to mention he got a black elf chick. Dark elf.
Ooh,
so like, bro, that's his wife.
On the list.
Bro, that's his bodyguard and is his wife.
By default.
So no, by default, he already won off my list. But hold on, I want to get to Ika's comments and we'll get to our next one. I'll let you pick your next one. Yeah, she says how a realist built a kingdom, and I remember that one. Yeah, Advocate the Throne. Yep, I remember that. That's when the king gave him the spot. Most of it is actually based on a single book in terms of his political. Yeah, it's from a light novel. Yeah, that's how I knew about it. He doesn't just build a nation; he literally shapes the entire world. Yep, he does. He does that too. Thank you for saying that. And incorporates science into magic. Thank you, because they didn't have teeth. Oh, I don't want to spoil that. I don't want to spoil that.
You almost did it. You almost did it.
Almost did it. Sorry. All right, we done with that.
Gotta move on.
Yeah, you gotta move on. I'm just basically naming them. I'm not gonna put them in so much order, but Kazuma is 5 for me. Like you.
Yeah.
So sir, you can name off your next Isekai protagonist.
So this spot is a little
labeled best.
Yeah, this one's a little weird for me. So no, it's from an IRL book written by a famous philosopher. Oh, okay. I didn't see. I wouldn't have known that. Like I said, I didn't check the realist hero yet. But number 4 spots be tough for me because the 4, 3, and 2, very, very tough spots for me. I think I would have to put Ainz in number 4.
Okay.
Ainz Gone in number 4. Now, the reason I put Ainz Gone, now everyone knows Overlord is like 2 for me. The series as a whole is like a 2 for me. I love Overlord, but I would put, as in terms of the protagonist, I would put Ainz Gone as number 4. Now, the reason I put him on number 4, he's above Konosuba but below the other 3 that are coming up, is I like his character, and I think that the development of the people around his character is really, really good. And I think that the effect that he has on the world is going to be really, really good. And the reason I say going to be is because so far throughout the series, they're still kind of trying to figure out the world that they're in. So they're not so much having that great of an impact on it. He did save one whole town, and he did strike fear into people when they tried to raid Nazarick, but nothing too big, like no big great moves have been made aside from attacking, warning the kingdom that sent the people to attack him. That was a big step onto the world there when he warned the kingdom, hey, y'all, I'll wipe all your shit out for doing this. So unless your dudes comes and says sorry, I'm wiping all your shit out. So that put a nice big this guy's not to be fucked with staple on Nazarick and on Ainz Gone. But I feel like there could have been more to that. I feel like he could have a much bigger effect on the world, and I think they know that too. I think that the writer knows that Ainz can have a much bigger effect on the world. They're just holding off for something. Like it feels like this is grand buildup happening in Overlord, where something's about to happen that's gonna give him that real big impact on the world. It just hasn't happened yet. So that's why I said I feel like he's going to have a really, really big and impactful presence in the world. It's not quite there yet. In terms of like the character himself and his conflict, I like the fact that he's becoming more of a monster because of the way that he is, because he is an undead in this world, and that is him. He's not a player playing an undead. He is an undead now. He's falling more in line to the undead mindset. And I think that that's an interesting journey to be taken on. And I think that that those instances where we get to see him struggling between his humanity and now being a monster, I think that those are really powerful moments for him as a character. And I feel like if those are built upon further moving forward, because we are getting season 4, so if those are built upon further moving forward, then he can easily skyrocket his way up to like the 2 or 3 spot. But for right now, for me, he's going to hold number 4. What are your thoughts?
Ainz has always been an interesting case for me. He's been a weird one for me because of literally because he's always been a guy that's like always about protecting Nazarick, and he does have intrigue around like certain areas. Like he's making a name for himself as an adventurer Momonga, which is a facade, honestly, but he is
Right.
But yeah, it is a facade, but the thing is, he is labeled himself as an adventurer Momonga, and a lot of adventurers look up to him because
he's an adamantine now. Yeah, he's an adamantine adventurer, which is there's only a handful of those in the world. So
yeah, exactly. They're not that powerful. I mean, they're not. They don't have like the actual renowned notoriety like he does. Right. I would say like that, because even Evil Eye, which I have her in my freaking thing over here, guys. I love Evil Eye. She literally said literally said somebody powerful is going to be here to stop you when Demi Gorge had to do that shit, and he popped up and just like I was like, okay. So it's just kind of like I like the dual identities. Because it reminds me of Lelouch and Zero. Kind of reminds me of that. It's not as deep, but it's that persona exists.
Right.
And even though it is maybe a facade, it's still a persona nonetheless.
Right.
And I think his actions, like a way of playing both sides without everybody really knowing, of course, because that's how you're supposed to do it. Like,
well, not everybody in Nazarick knows that he
is... No. I shouldn't say playing both sides. My bad. Yeah. Playing one side when he's actually been on this side the whole time. I'm sorry, guys.
Right, yeah, because everyone in Nazarick knows that Ainz is Momonga. But and when you were comparing it to Zero and Lelouch, even Lelouch's own team didn't know that he was Zero. There were only
a handful of people.
There were a select few people who kind of figured it out on their own that he then just had to let in know that he was Zero. So Zero was a secret to almost everybody, whereas Momonga is only a secret to the new world as he's trying to gather information on this new world to use and figure out where Nazarick's place will be in this world. And that's why I said they're leading into him having a large impact on the world, but just not that he just hasn't had it yet.
No, yeah, he just hasn't. Like I said, he hasn't had the chance to.
Right.
More often not. And I'm like I said, I'm proud of a little bit of what he's done, but at the same time, it's like I want to put him on the spot because if I don't have to put him in terms of character development. I think I have to put him in terms of like what he's done, his authority around how much he opposed himself in the world. He would be. Listen, I'll tell him this: he'd be number one if he rules the whole if he rules the whole world. By the end of it, I'll put him number one. And I know that's shitting on Rimuru, but bro, I got you.
Well, depending on what kind of ruler he ends up being when he does gain, because we know it's just like Luffy finding One Piece. We know it's gonna happen. So
yeah,
whatever ruler he ends up being when he does control the world, and if the story ends there, if the story just ends with him controlling the world and he ends up being like a benevolent ruler and everybody can still do whatever they want to do, then yeah, he'll definitely be up there. That's top shit. But if he has to destroy the world in order to conquer it, that might be a different situation. that beckons two sides of the coin. You know what I mean? So we'll have
Right.
to see how they do that.
Yeah. So he'll be in my 10. I have no choice. But I have no choice but to put him in my 10 because he's done a lot of stuff. But more often than not, harking back to what my friend said on a couple of things, I'm gonna need a little bit more marinating. But off the rip, he'd be in my 10. He'd be in my 10. And I think, and you know what, I'll start with the next one. I'm gonna vouch for my letter. My 4 is going to be Naofumi.
Okay.
And guys, you know who he is, man. The Shield hero, Captain America's prodigy.
The Shield hero.
Honestly, because of Captain America, I love Shield motherfuckers now. So there's a difference. Let's be real. Nobody made that look cool besides Captain America. Let's just get that straight right now.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody making that look cool besides him. And then Naofumi came, and now I got more than he said, like, bro, I got more than just freaking just one type of shield. I got different variations of different shields. Like, right. Bro. And the thing is, he's a defensive fighter like Itachi to me. Right. Whenever I go back to it. And the thing is, his subordinates have to be the attackers while he defends. And if anybody has played a Grand Summoners, bro, I love using Naofumi as my defensive, bro. He can literally suck your soul out with his shield. Like, I like talking about the abilities before I get into his character, but his abilities are really he has versatility.
Oh yeah, that Iron Maiden skill is ridiculous.
Ridiculous, and the Demon Shield.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love that. I love that one too. That first of all, the design on that sucker, you should get that for a tattoo. That'd be dope.
That would be. But
dope. Yeah, definitely, man. And I would say from where he started to where he is now, like, just, you know, he said these characters sound interesting, lots of courage and depth. They do, man. They're really interesting. And actually, Naofumi, you more so can relate to. If you ever had a false charge on you over something similar to what he went through, and you were despised, and you had to go out and prove it. Well, first, he didn't go out to prove his name. Somebody did it for him. The thing is, all right, if you guys are going to treat me like this nonsense, then I'm just going to be an asshole and just take this shit. And he wasn't on F the world mentality. He was just F these people,
right?
Who are trying to dishonor me, who trying to make me feel lower than scum or some shit like this, or
right?
Make a false claim.
Which goes back to what we were talking about with Kazuma, with the more realistic response, what you would actually do if you were in that position. And that now you get that from Naofumi too. If someone accused you of not even accused you, just plain old basically sentenced you for something that you never did. You had no point or play in, just because of who you were and what you apparently represent. You get shunned, you get ridiculed, you get looked down upon. You're gonna go fuck y'all. Fuck you, and your grandmama. Fuck all of y'all. I don't give a fuck about none of y'all. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna fucking do over here for these people, because these people know how to treat me like a human being. But y'all, fuck y'all. And that's how Naofumi is. And that resonates well. That resonates well with everybody, because 100%, if you were in that position, that's exactly what you would say. So.
Oh wait, for real? Wait? Okay, you guys explain how you thought they were the same thing. Tell me.
Pokemon and Pokemon.
How do you think they're the same thing? Tell me. Which way?
I mean, I can understand that.
Goku and Ash are completely different.
Well, no, I can understand that. I can understand that, because if you look at the way the Pokemon fight in Pokemon, and you look at the way the characters fight in Dragon Ball Z, it's Dragon Ball Z, but cute. No.
I will say this: if you think about in terms of like the old animation compared to the old Dragon Ball Z, even Dragon Ball Z, it makes more sense with Dragon Ball Z, that it's more relatable. But now, now Pokemon battles are like DBZ battles now.
Yeah.
Like, stylistically, like with X and Y, we'll do an X and Y one soon, guys. We will talk about Pokemon all that stream. I promise we will do that, because that has to be talked about. That X and Y was like
because I'm clueless about all things anime. Hey. There you go.
Oh, because I'm clueless to all things about anime. Uncle Guns, I love you, man, but you ain't clueless. It's just more so. It's just like, you haven't taken the time to research it. That's all it is. I don't want to get
a lot of the stuff. A lot of the stuff isn't even research. To be honest with you, it's just watching.
Right.
You get the stuff by just watching the show or reading the manga. Some people, if you like to read the manga, man. Like it's just a or
One Piece. I love that.
I thought Sailor Moon and One Piece was the same.
I love that. I'm gonna remember that, man.
Oh man,
Bro,
look, you coming in with the jokes.
I'm trying so hard not to laugh right now, man. I'm
I'm
trying so
laughing.
hard.
I'm fucking laughing. That's
Sailor Moon and One Piece.
oh, that's beautiful. That's fucking beautiful. I love it. I love
I
it. I love it.
mean,
It's not often. It's not often you
I'm
can
being
have these
funny. I'm being funny.
conversations with someone who's not that deep into the circle. You know, that's interesting,
Yeah,
and
no, and I like that too.
I enjoy the fact that someone who's not that deep in the circle finds these characters interesting. That's the
Right.
thing, and that's the point. You know, that's the point of all of this stuff is to realize that this shit ain't just cartoons.
Toon Slayer.
Motherfuckers live, die, and get raped in this stuff. Like this is real life things. Things happen that are not for children. You know, like these are real stories. These stories correlate to real things. They correlate to real feelings. They correlate to how real reactions, how things
Uncle
actually
Boomer.
happen in life.
I'm not joking. I swear. I believe you. I believe you. Trust
The
me.
gay
Yes, man.
Sailor Scouts.
Sailor
But yes,
Uranus,
you said
Neptune.
so.
The
You
gay.
said you're the gay Sailor Scout. Yeah.
That's
But
funny.
you said that your number 4 was Naofumi. I agree with that. Now
Yeah,
that skips
now
over
for me.
mine because my number 3 was Naofumi.
No, for me.
So
Yeah, no,
so
that's fair. And I'll say this before I let you go. Yo, Uncle Guns, thank you for being honest, and I really like that you said you didn't know, because most people wouldn't admit that, and
they wouldn't
also
admit it. Yep.
they wouldn't admit to it, because I know people who fake it till they make it when it comes to knowing anime, and then when I G check them, they get mad at me
Yep.
and try to come up with some stuff, and I'm like, I know that didn't
I'll
happen,
tell you. I'll tell you point
because
blank.
I'm
I
an
ain't seen it.
elitist. I'm an
You know?
elitist,
Right.
but the thing is, I'm more understanding to people who haven't gotten into it. That's the difference.
Right.
I can, so I'm not like on this F the world or F you guys if you haven't watched it. I'm not
Right.
on. I never will be on that. I
Now,
promise.
for me, I'm not elitist in anime in any way, shape, or form. Just because, look, there's a bunch I haven't seen. There's a bunch of shit that I have seen. There's a bunch of stuff that I've read and never seen because it's not animated yet. But just because my repertoire is large, it doesn't mean that everything is in it. There are tons of things I have never seen. I've never even heard of. You know what I mean? So you gotta know. You know, you just got to be aware of stuff like that. Not everybody is in it as deep as you are or as light as you are. You know, so you just got to be aware of everybody else's position and perspective when it comes to things
Right.
like this. So your number 4 was my number 3, which means now you got to give a number 3.
Okay, I got it. Okay. And not to mention he has Raftelia, Philo, and anybody who reads the light novels, guys, he's got some good. He gonna get some upgrades. I promise you. If you read the light novel, don't worry, man. Not for me. I think not for me is gonna be set for life. I think he's gonna be fine. And honestly, his I'm gonna say season 1 did a really good job showing his character from where he started to where he's in season 2. But I really love season. I think season 1 is probably the pinnacle of great writing for that character,
for
because I
Naofumi.
love his struggle, his
Yeah.
what he does to help other people, even though he does charge them a little bit, he is willing to help them regardless of anything. Because remember, let's be real. I'm gonna be real. He's a little bit like me, like a jackass, a little bit. If that happened to me, like I'm a little bit of a jackass. But the thing is, he fixes the problem that the former heroes did, and that was something that I really appreciated that he was doing. And not to mention that there was actually, you get surprised later on that there was a whole country that worshipped the shield hero and not looked down upon. He's worshipped as he should be, not on some because the last hero did this, so therefore I'm gonna take it on this motherfucker. I'm like, nah, whatever. I was like, yo, I actually wanted them to lose their heads. Just to be honest, I'm gonna be real.
Now that is just good writing altogether.
That would be good
like that's
writing,
not even just with him as a protagonist. That's just really good writing and really good awareness of character relationships and how that relationship is being portrayed to the audience, so that the audience can then develop a relationship with both the character, with both the protagonists and the potential antagonists. So that's just really, really, really good writing on that series. Right? If you haven't seen Rise of the Shield Hero or read Rise of the Shield Hero, highly recommended. This is a top tier series.
Tate no you should. Just type in Tate no you should too. If you can't do it, then I hope you guys out. I'll type it in the chat for you guys. But I'll get to my 3. I want to answer Isekai Otaku. I love the name too. Technically, to be real, and I'm pretty. Hopefully, you know this. I just got to kill the elephant in the room. I just got to kill this when it comes to Neptune and Uranus. And it's Uranus, man. But they're cousins, and they go out with each other. And you want to know why? Because America censored it to make you think they were just random girl and girl couple. Nah, they were actual cousins. I'll be real. I could ruin so many things for Sailor Moon fans in America. The Japanese, for them, this is just the afternoon piss that they all know. I'm gonna be real. I could ruin so much for you, and actually tell you what actually was in the original. When I find things out about this, yeah,
and this brings back to the topic that we were talking about the other day.
Except the Digimon too. Don't let you know that too.
That brings back to the topic that we were talking about the other day, where a lot of the content Americans get is softened. It is softened. It is dumbed down. It is highly censorized. Like, it's not when they say that they have to Westernize something, that means more than just translating. Like, they are doing more than just translating. They are deleting things that are politically incorrect for our country. They are rewriting things that are politically incorrect for our country. They are changing entire plot lines that lead to things happening or not happening that would absolutely destroy the mind. Case in point, there have been a few recent times where they did it. They still did it. Like, you're gonna be like, well, no, that wasn't censored. Yes, it was. It was way worse than it was supposed to be. Like, that series is actually way worse than it was when we got here, and we still dogged that shit out. And that is Redo a Healer. Is the most recent example of them trying to give us the raw form of something. Redo a Healer was supposed to be way fucking worse than what we actually got. Way worse. And we couldn't handle what we got of that. Mind you, we could not handle what we got of Redo a Healer. The actual version of that is significantly worse and almost entirely uncensored.
Just like Goblin Slayer.
Just like Goblin Slayer. And I read that too. That would not have sold here. It would not have done well here at all. And the version that we got already was not the greatest thing here. It was here for a week before it started getting removed from almost every single platform that it was on here. Like, we can't handle that. America is extremely softened to stuff like that. So when you have series like Sailor Moon, like Dragon Ball Z, like Naruto, that have intimacies and relationship things in them overseas that are supposed to be in the story that are highly omitted over here. Even when they are translated by fans, they are highly omitted when they actually get to us and to get to our eyes.
And to add a little bit more context to what he's saying before we continue with the stream. I tell people this all the time. Like, people in things in its rawest form should never be changed, in my opinion, unless it's like too graphic for some countries. And I get that to an extent, but you're denying me what that creator actually wanted to create. It's like you trying to water down Berserk, and I'm like, don't touch that shit. You won't understand it. You wouldn't understand Kentaro Miura's work, what he's trying to show you in that world. Because if you were to like F with it like 4 kids with One Piece, I'm like, you would know. Trust me, every Japanese fan would probably be outraged if you did that shit to their shit, and rightfully so.
They were.
They might come at you with pitchforks
outraged. They were very outraged about that.
They did it with Digimon. Digimon movie was censored.
Masashi Kishimoto had actually come out and said that he was worried about certain parts of the Naruto story being watered down and changed when he was making it.
Yep. And I want to touch on my RenOtaku. Originally, funny enough, because the shirt who I'm wearing, that's his wife, the creator of Sailor Moon, Yoshiro Togashi, that's his wife. She came out and said that she originally had them come out, made them because is what it was. She originally came out in an interview and said that. And I had to look up, just like I looked up Togashi's old interviews, I looked up his wife's, of what she was planning with that particular couple. They were made to be cousins. The difference was. Now, so that's why originally they were supposed to be like that.
Now
in America,
the part
they changed
that you're missing, hold on. The part that you're missing, Aika, was that in the original writing, they were cousins and they were together. It wasn't an or thing. It wasn't they were cousins and that's why they were close. No, they were cousins and they was fucking at the same time. That's how the story was originally. When America got a hold of it, they omitted the fucking and just made them cousins because that was more acceptable for us. And then the LGBTQIA community got a hold of it and omitted the cousins and said that they were fucking because that would work better for them. The reality of the story was both. Both of those things were a thing.
Yeah, exactly. And America just watered down to like, well, they're just a lesbian couple. That's all it is. They're just close. And remember when we were kids, we didn't think about that too much.
Of course, no, yeah. As kids, we didn't see none of that. We had no fucking idea. We had no fucking idea what's going on. All we knew was that shit was hot. That's all we knew.
Listen, all I remember when I was a kid is that Neptune looked like a babe, and I'm like, damn, man, I love Neptune. Ooh, she's beautiful.
Neptune and Mars.
Like, that's all I remember. That's all I remember when my girl. It's so funny. My girlfriend said, "Well, if I look more like Sailor Neptune," and I'm like, "Well, if you look more like Sailor Neptune, sweetheart, we probably be married at 15." That's what I told her. That's what I told her. I'm wild for saying that. No. I'm wild as hell for saying that, but I said that.
He said I'm wild as hell for saying that, but hey,
Hey man, I'm 30 years old, man. I can say it now. Can't say that when we were 15. It's wild.
Okay. But, so did you say who your number 3 was? Because we were still kind of talking about Naofumi there, which was your number 4.
Oh yeah. I'm done with Naofumi now. So number 3, guys, I gotta give it to oh man. Luke can't be put in there yet because he's just starting, but he's that good. He's that good. You know what? I'm gonna number 3. Hate to do it, guys, but I gotta give him the clout. I'm about to pull up his image right now, guys, so I can start talking about him because he's literally in the thumbnail. But there we go, right here. Appreciate it. Like I said, he's literally in the thumbnail, and it's like you cannot, and there's no reason why you should not be able to mention this character, dude. Because of his accolades. And we got our boy Kuzunoha Makoto Misumi. And he is literally off a series called Moonlight Fantasy. Yeah, Moonlight Fantasy. And he is an isekai character so here's the twist of this, guys. Here's the twist. Here's the real good twist. And we'll get to your comment in a second, I promise. Trust me, we'll get to you. Me and Mr. RenOtaku are not going to neglect you, I promise. But his parents are actually from the isekai world, and they went into the real world and had their kids from there. So originally, whatever power he was going to have whenever he went back to that world he was already born with. That has never happened in the isekai series. I don't think that's ever happened before, where the parents are actually from the world, and then they go to the human world and live a normal life. And have the kids there because their origins come from that actual spot. They are magic. So he's rocking all type of energies he never knew that he had when he got sent there by the goddess of that world. He actually got summoned there by the goddess. And it's funny, an ongoing joke that they say he's ugly. He's not ugly at all. He just has sharp ass eyes. That's all it is. He has sharp ass eyes. He's not ugly at all. So I don't know where the hell that came from. They're trying to make it a joke out of that. I thought that was kind of funny, but that's not true. He's not ugly. What are you talking about? He got to look like the fat dude from an ugly NTR or some shit. Then I'd agree with you. But yeah, I'm going to hell for that too, but I'm cool. But he literally starts off in the first few episodes of literally being this entity that has a lot of energy. But also he's learning magic at not a slow rate, but at a rate that he would learn at school. And he's able to and the thing is he didn't know how to read or write, similar to the smartphone guy, because he didn't know the language when he got reincarnated there. I say reincarnated, sent there, summoned there. And he gains allies through a dragon who likes to feed off his memories. Because it's so weird. If he feeds off his memories, the otaku culture side of his mind, and which I like that, by the way. She said so in episode 2. I'll give an example. In episode 2, where he fights the spider, who also becomes part of his team, she says, "I wanted to know if it was said in like ancient Japanese scriptures that freaking whenever there was a spider woman, I want to see like an actual swordsman, actual battle of Spider Woman, like how they would slay. You know, they were set to slay them back in the day, and like so, I just brought the spider here. I lowered it. I lowered it to the plane so I can have you fight it. And I was like, "What's fucking wrong with you?" And it's just and it's just like it's just comedic, like the comedic camaraderie between the Spider Woman, the Dragon Girl, who loves to be who loves samurais. It's just amazing. It's just an amazing blend of everything. But also but he affects that world, but also being an unknown entity with a lot of energy that seems demonic to them. So he has to wear what he has to do, he has to get restraints on himself like Goku does. No, Goku, Yusuke, and I won't say Goku, I'll say Yusuke, Toguro, and somewhat of Bui. Like these are all Yu characters who have to and Kenpachi. I'll tell you Kenpachi. Best way to explain for you from Bleach. They have to restrain themselves and limit themselves how much energy they can use. So he had to drop his energy to such a low level that he seems weak to the normal to mankind within that world, so that they won't be fearful of him or think that he's demonic. Right. And he has to wear a mask to cover his face. And guys, I'm gonna pull up the picture right here. This is normally what he has to walk around in, because he actually has a mask on and everything. So I just want to be sure that you guys can see it, a little bit of what he looks like. All right. Now I'm going to put it in here, and then you're going to be able to see what he looks like, at least in the first couple episodes.
Okay.
But yeah.
While you're doing that, I want to touch really quickly on Aika's, on what Aika said. Yes, she is correct. It was not originally it wasn't in the original writing that they were cousins. It was in the original writings that they were lovers alone. The reboots, the reboot of it later on in Japan, they did the lovers and cousins at the same time thing, but that wasn't in the original writing. In the original writing, they were just lovers, but they became cousins when they were translated over to the U.S. and there was a whole thing. And the reason it was a whole thing was obviously they were trying to downplay lesbianism and as well as they were downplaying lesbianism, and they were also downplaying homosexuality and transgenderism, because there was a villain. What was his name? I gotta find his name again. But there was a villain who was also highly affectionate against one of the other hot guy characters in there, but he was a dude, and they saw that to be frowned upon, so they changed that villain to a female, and that was also incorrect. He was supposed to be a male who was affectionate against other males, and there was another villain who chose to victimize. Who chose to victimize other male victims, and they changed that. They changed that as well to a female who victimized men.
Yeah.
And that was also incorrect. But there were also supposed to be an entire season that introduced sailors who transformed from male characters into females when they transformed, and the other way around. They were females and they transformed into males when they transformed. Correct. And those were also, that entire season was omitted. That entire season was completely omitted because of the implications of transgenders. So yes, she was actually correct. Well, she was correct that the original writing did not portray them as cousins at all. It portrayed them as lovers. Then they were transformed into cousins, and then they rebooted it in Japan to be cousins and lovers at the same time, in hopes that that version would actually get shipped to America, and that did not happen. Viz Media actually took it over and reverted it back to the original writing, where they were just lovers and not cousins at all. Which is the version that we have, by the way, the new version of Sailor Moon, the new one that just got redone. That is the version where they did the corrections. The villain is a male. The Neptune and Venus are together. And
Uranus.
Uranus, there you go. Neptune and Uranus are together, and they're not cousins or related. So this is a more accurate representation of the original writing, of the original writing. So that's why this season is getting so much praise too. Well, this reboot. That's why this reboot is getting so much praise.
There's no filler in it whatsoever. That's why it's getting a lot of praise. Because I told people, you know how long it took for us to get the fucking Sailor of Saturn? Deadass.
Yeah.
In the original.
No.
bro. We had dude, Inuyasha bullshit filler, bro. That's really what it was. I remember that, and I was like, dude, all you get is so much of her dad being crazy and just making villains. Like villain, it was villain of the week every week.
Every week, yeah.
Every damn week. And I was like, bro, this is boring, bro.
That's what turned Sailor Moon. That's what turned it into a meme. That's what turned it into a meme. 100%. That's what turned it into a meme. So, but now that they got it corrected, it can actually go as the story intended, which actually works because, especially in today's society in the day and age that we're in, that works. That works perfectly fine. That's top tier writing, and that was long before its time. So, kudos to Sailor Moon for that one, and Viz Media for allowing that to happen.
Exactly.
But the transformation.
Here we go, guys. This is what he looks like with his mask on. This is one of his powers. That is my man Kuzunoha Makoto.
Kuzunoha Makoto. I don't know him.
Yeah, bro. They're like, and guys, listen. He has the word rings. He has the word like, and remember, he had to get doors to freaking make a material that can seal his powers, similar to Kenpachi.
So he's extra powerful, but has to restrain himself.
Yes, he has to do. He has to.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
And the thing is, he's made to look weak. Made to look weak to everybody else around him, the humans around him. Otherwise, if he went on full power, he'd be a demon. It looks like a demonic miasma is plaguing their town. If he had all rings off,
right. So and it's kind of like how in Bleach, they have to compress the power of the Zanpakutos because if they didn't, they would literally be swinging around skyscrapers.
Yeah, exactly. And I actually give him more credence to Kenpachi similar because he had to create a creature literally in order to because he said it devours huge amounts of spirit energy to the one who's wearing it.
Right.
And because he has that much, like almost endless. That's why they called him a monster, similar to that. And this is what he would be in that world. He would be known as a monster, literally. And not to mention the first restraints that he has to get better ones, bro. Because he's getting too strong. In an episode, they later find out that you're getting too strong, even when you're being restrained. You're getting too strong, even though your power's restrained. Once that happened, I was like, bro, I like that. And see, it's like to me, it's the whole spirit cuffs. The longer you have them on, the stronger you'll get. The difference is his has been absorbing his energy and restraining it too. So it's a mixture of both. It's restraining the power, but it's also absorbing it. And guys, when you watch the series, you'll see why. But yeah, guys, he's gonna be my number 3 because he really affects the world around him.
Yeah, I can fucking imagine.
He's created a demi-plane, or to where like all creatures can exist over there, similar to Rimuru. The difference is like, bro, you have like the spider people from the spider group talked about because she's overpowered, and you have dragons from the dragon girl, like living there, and also, bro, I'm about to say it, Buta. You have pigs over there too. Or orcs in this case. We'll say orcs. And oh man, if you see that female pig, you gonna laugh. I can't. Oh, all right.
So that's your number 3.
Yeah, he's my number 3 because he's actually affecting the world. And guys, that's all season 1. Season 2 is gonna come out this year. So when my brother does finally watch it, I told him to watch it.
I'm gonna have to watch it.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna drop his picture, and now it is your turn, sir.
All right. So my number 2. Like I said, this was tough. The 4, 3, and 2 were really tough for me. So number 2, let's see. I guess my number 2 Isekai protagonist would have to be probably I can't remember his name. The dude from ReZero.
Oh, Subaru.
Subaru. There you go. Probably Subaru. And with him, it's mainly because again, I like the development. I like the fact that with the redo power, where he dies and he can redo. He could have gotten himself out of so many things, but he chose to do the redo for the sake of others, not necessarily just to save his own skin. There has been some times where he saved his own skin, and I think that was specifically for comedic effect because every time that he's done it, it's been hilarious. So take those aside, he's done it for the benefit of someone else. He's done it for the benefit of those around him and to better the world that he found himself in. And although he does in the back of his mind think that he can get home someday, he's adapted to the life that he's in, and he's progressing and trying to help the new world that he's found himself in. Now he doesn't acquire any stupid overpowered one-shot moves or anything like that, except for the ability to respawn, which is pretty fucking overpowered. but
Yeah.
it's more utility overpowered. It's not decimation level overpowered. So he has to be smart with the way that he uses that. It's not going to be overpowered if you just constantly restart the same day over and over and over again, which he could do if he wanted to. So he's got to have an intelligence. There's got to be some level of intelligence to the way that he uses that power, and he also has to use it in a way that isn't at a detriment to those around him if he wants to progress.
Thank you,
if
Ika.
he wants their lives to move forward and to continue to grow. And I like that. I like that level of challenge. It's difficult to wrap your mind around when you try to think of how things are going to go forward. And I like that. I like that the challenge that it portrays both to the character and to the audience that are watching it at the same time. Even though the audience are often given the answers, in that series, we have just about as much information as the protagonist. So we're putting ourselves in the protagonist's shoes while going on that journey, and I enjoy that. I enjoy that a lot. So he comes up into my number 2 spot as a isekai protagonist for me. What's yours?
That's what's up. Mine, and guys, remember, mine's no particular order. I'm just naming up 5. But I did say the Realist Hero. I did say Naofumi. And I did say Cosmo for 5. Technically, these 2 aren't over them, but like I said, this is no order. All I know is Rimuru is number 1. So
yeah, same for me. Rimuru number 1.
So me and him can say the same argument, so we can just do that. But when he comes up, Zoisette. Oh, no, I remember Zoisette. Zoisette and Melcheli, the other couple you touched on, they changed. Yeah, I know. They changed into a female because originally that was a dude, and they changed it to a female. I remember that, and that was one of the Celis Cap's lovers. That's why. But let me see. Now number 2, guys. You know what? I really want to put the smartphone motherfucker in here because he actually is good, man. Are you seeing that one?
In a new world with your smartphone? I've seen a couple. Yeah. I've seen a couple episodes of that. It's hilarious. I want to continue watching it.
Yeah, I want to continue watching it. He technically is. Oh man, I need a season. I'm happy we're getting season 2. Took forever, but because he's done some good stuff. But if we're going to talk about affecting the world around him, I'm guessing in terms of political power, I have to put down my dude. I got to say, it's an anomaly, guys.
I just thought of one. I thought of a better one that I should have said for my number 2. But go ahead. Just thought of a better one. One of the greatest isekais out there that is in one of the most unfortunate situations ever for an anime to be in.
Oh, I know you're talking about. Once you said that last part, I was like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. It sucks. That sucks. Actually, and honestly, this is an R-rated. This is actually an R-rated isekai, to be honest. But hey, man, it's got to be done. We got to do it. You just got to do it, guys. You just got to.
The skeleton one?
That one's dark, but this one was darker because it actually showed it.
Oh.
So, yeah. Which is why I fuck with it.
We like that fucked up shit over here.
Hey, man. I mean, guys, listen. Once you go berserk, you can't never turn back. Actually, I'll say this: once you go blood plus, you don't never turn back. That was the first dark shit I ever saw. Elfen Lied. No, Elfen Lied is the first.
Elfen Lied,
it was blood plus Elfen Lied, and after that, in berserk, I was like, bro, it's done. I'm on the dark side.
Among
It's like it's, hey man, but Anakin ain't over there with us. He dumb. He a dumbass. He had the finest wife ever, and he screwed himself over. But guys, number two, I have Luke, and Luke is literally from the world's finest assassin, reincarnated in a
Hmm,
different world. And guys, it's a long title in
that's one I
Japanese.
haven't seen.
That's the one that's in the thumbnail, guys. Hold on. You know what? I'll before I give him his whole thing, I'll use the thumbnail we have here. So, guys, he's on the bottom right with the arrows. He is literally one of the best. One of the best. I will give him that. He has another season though, and honestly, given the world that he resides in and his family, his prestige, and also within the assassin world, he has affected the world he's been in some cases. Now he has a lot more growing to do, but if I had my way, I would put him I'll put him right next to Kazuma, to be honest. And that's how I would do it. And wait, Man Queen Skywalker is funny. but but yeah, he's done a lot of things without the world, and he comes from a family of assassins. I know Killua Sanji. You say what you want to say, but I don't think they're. I think him and Killua would probably be brothers in this sense. Not him and Sanji. Sanji, I love you, brother, but you ain't with the assassin shit. You ain't with the assassin shit. But all in all, he has affected the world through prestige of his family, through the assassination world, as I said earlier, and it just means of him actually going out there and having a business and actually saving the girl who would later on he would make family, being literally save those girls from a situation where girls had to literally be, let's just say, in situations they shouldn't have been in. And he made a business from it, and he put those girls and that man and the one he made his sister in the and have a better life. Like he does a lot of shit that affects the world that they're in. But he does a lot of business gains and moves in order to move around the world discreetly, because assassins cannot be known to people. You know, they should no one should know who he is, his real identity. And he has to like cover himself on some CIA shit. I'll give him that. Some secret agent shit. And guys, I mean, when I say secret agent, I mean James Bond. That's the best way to describe it for you. Hey man, hey man, like I leave a girl for this dude, and then I dive under the water. That's what James Bond does that.
So
but yeah,
I actually yeah, I do want to actually change my number two slot. I know I don't usually do that. I don't usually do that. But another isekai protagonist popped into my mind, and although this anime will never see the light of day again, I think that it does deserve its recognition. So I'm
do it.
changing my number two slot from being ReZero's protagonist to being the protagonist duo Sora and Shiro from No Game No Life.
And I knew he would pick them because the minute he said it would disappoint, I knew what he was talking about. I
It
already
is
knew.
one of the most unfortunate things that could ever happen to an anime is to be not only accused of plagiarism, but for the plagiarism to be correct. So
Got it.
and I'm almost certain that that's why Madhouse won't touch it again. They're just like, fuck it, we're just gonna move on. They put one
And
movie out afterwards and
all
they're
we
not
did
touching
get
it
was a
again.
movie. That's all
Now,
we got was a movie.
I believe that the manga and the light novel kept going for a little bit longer,
Light
but
novel
I
did.
don't know if it's still going. I don't know if it's still a thing. But I know Studio Madhouse is not taking it up ever again. So
Fuck it.
that's unfortunate. It is very unfortunate. It was a fucking amazing series.
You know what?
Amazing
You know
series
what,
and
guys?
amazing
I'm
lore
gonna pull the picture
too.
for it too.
Really,
You guys can
really
understand.
good lore to that series. And I would have loved to have seen where it went. And I probably am going to pick up the light novel and the
Pick
rest
up
of
the
the
light novel.
manga that go
You won't
on
regret it.
beyond what we saw in the movie and in the anime. But just what we saw of Sora and Shiro working together in that new world that they were in, and moving about the new political lifestyle, becoming the king and pseudo queen of that world was phenomenal. It was absolutely phenomenal just to find out that the whole universe is basically run by a game played between gods. Like that is It was phenomenal. It was absolutely phenomenal writing. I love the way Sora and Shiro played off of each other. I love the way that Sora and Shiro completed each other. Like they each had faults, but the other one would make up for it, and they would recognize that. It was kind of like if you took Yami Yugi and Yugi and made them two separate characters instead of being inside of each other. That's what they were. You know, one of them was really good at one thing, and the other was really good at another thing. And when it came time, they switched. You know, and together they made the most unstoppable player or character or whatever in whatever game that they went into. And it was that was so well portrayed. I mean,
Guys,
aside from
don't get no life. Here you go.
Aside from, you know, the hey step bro, what are you doing aspect of the show, it was really, really good. It was really good.
You're gonna get pissed off for him, but I remember some dude once saying this is like a long time ago. I remember him saying this, where he says like, "Yo, it had such a great premise," and then they put that. We can't say it online, but yeah, you
can.
Part.
Yeah, you can, because Shiro is not his blood sister. Shiro is his stepsister. Shiro's mother married Sora's father, and that's why they live together.
No. I knew that. I knew that, but it's the same problem with Mahoka. I keep telling people, bro, that's not her brother, you idiots. He's literally a robot.
Look, motherfuckers cross that line on the P Hub all the time, so I don't want to hear none of that bullshit. I don't want to hear none of that shit. I know what your goddamn incognito folder looks like. I don't want to hear none of that shit. We know what was going on here, okay? We know exactly what the fuck was going on there. I don't want to hear none of that shit. We're gonna move on from that though.
Yeah. I keep telling people that, and I'd be like, "Yo, you guys are wild."
Shit, I know what your shit looks like.
And I told them, listen, I ain't had time to be arguing over shit. Y'all could have like looked up yourselves. Y'all just go with shit.
It's right there.
No problem.
Just wiki it. It's right there on the front page. You can tell.
Or at least read the damn book.
That's what it is. Or read. Don't tell them to read a book. Ain't nobody gonna read no goddamn book. No. I'm
gonna tell them to read a book because I'm gonna say this to everybody out there, and this isn't you guys in the chat. This is the ones who don't like reading. It's just the ones who don't feel the need to do it. Listen, if your kids end up being smarter than you because your ass can't read, then they're smarter than your dumb ass. And listen, I do mean to offend. Because there's no reason why they should be reading more than you. You should have already freaking learned how to read. You should know how to read some things. And I'm gonna tell people right now, educated people, just because you think you're intelligent doesn't make you intelligent. But most educated people are intelligent. So if you think it's a good idea to skip English and think I can just go around making arguments and shit, like you gotta get the hell away from me. I don't like stupid people. I don't like ignorant people.
I mean, one of the favorite things.
If you're ignorant, you got to be away from me altogether. I told people that's like being a tempt of court to me. So no, don't do that.
One of my favorite arguments I used to hear in high school all the time is, why the fuck do we even have an English class? I speak English. Like, are you sure? Like, are you certain? You speak all English. Stupid. Like you know all the words, prefixes, suffixes, all of them. You know all of them. You know what they mean. You know how they're used. You know how to use, because I'm gonna tell you one more thing. You say gooder to me one more goddamn time and tell me you don't need an English class. If you use the term more better to me one more time and tell me you don't need an English class.
Hold on, bro. We'll see now. Listen, the kids are more than 100%.
These audio books 100% there you go. Hey, look, that's good too. Shit.
That's good.
Audio books a book, goddammit.
You're still learning.
Hey, motherfuckers are learning whole languages in their sleep now. Y'all see that? You see that shit? You see that shit? You learn a whole fucking language in your goddamn sleep. So don't sleep on audiobooks, baby. Don't sleep on it.
Exactly. Watashi wa no deku go e mihagi. So yes, guys, I do know the Japanese language, guys, from sleeping and from watching anime. So it's easy. Mochiro is of course. So yes.
See, that's all it takes. Look, they're making books more accessible, man. Go get a book. Shit, they're making them more accessible, baby.
Yo, man, I love you, Great Phil. He says
it's live on YouTube. Look, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, they are live on YouTube, man. Dude, listen, you know what's so funny? I actually audiobooked a whole light novel. That thing was 6-8 hours throughout my entire day of work. Bro, did I know because of that, bro? I'm like, dude, stop. Audiobooks are the waves, my man. They're the waves. I'm sorry. And if y'all telling me y'all can't listen to that, I'm like, y'all should, yo, I got
You listen to it the same way you listen to music, man. Same way you listen. I know people who, when they drive, they don't play music. They play audiobooks. They put audiobooks in through their speakers as they drive. Like,
I've done that too.
Do that shit, man. It makes the drive go quicker. Like it really does. It really fucking does. And it gives you something to talk about too. Like that's another thing too. A lot of people are scared to talk to each other nowadays. That shit will spark a conversation. That shit will spark a conversation. You throw on a nice controversial book, a controversial audio book in the car. Mm-hmm. Take a long drive. Bro, it'll be the most you've ever talked in your life. Bro, the girl that it'll be the most you've ever talked.
I'm gonna tell you guys something. And she ain't here right now because I dropped her off earlier. But the girl that I'm with, she fucking loves audiobooks. She loves that shit. Dude, no excuse, bro. If you can't read that or listen to something after this, I'm like, dude, you a lost cause. I'm sorry. And I'm gonna be real. And yeah, I'm gonna be real. And I shouldn't say this, and this is gonna be a lot of people that hate me, but hey, man, I'm cool with being I'm cool with not being liked. You probably shouldn't have kids either if you're not gonna teach them in some form or way how to read something. And listen, I'll probably write it off. Well, the teacher's supposed to teach them that shit. With the teaching institution these days, no, you're the best person to teach them how to read. Because that's how they learn. They learn from you, and then they go to school. I got homeschooled. So if I couldn't read I could not, I'll be honest, I could not walk dead face to my mom, my grandmother, and my mama and tell them, yo, Mom, I don't know how to read. I don't know how to read.
Oh, hell no.
Bro.
Mama Cookie wasn't having that. She was not having
right?
You goddamn right, I remember. She was not having that shit.
Do you remember when she got on me too? If I didn't read something?
She got on my ass. What you mean? Yeah. She got on my ass about schoolwork. What do you mean?
And man, like I said, this dude is my brother in full. Like, let's be real. I'll be honest, we didn't like doing much of that shit anyway. We just like to chill out and go have fun. Let's be real. When you were a kid, you don't do none of that home. You don't do none of that shit. But as you get older, you realize that it's for your betterment to learn it. So when we're talking about anime, manga, comics, or freaking just light novels in general, bro, this stuff is good. It's actually good for your mind. Like, reading is actually good, man, dude. One of the reasons why I do want to get my certification, sorry guys, tongue tied, for teaching English to people in Japan is because I like English. I like teaching people some stuff. I'm not teaching these motherfuckers here. I can tell you that because they get the attention span of a fucking goldfish. Enough said.
You're right. Nobody wants to learn anything. If anybody, and that's the thing, because I'm from the video game world. You know, I'm the video game side of the otaku.
You and Chris are both.
He's the anime side. I'm the video game side. And the one thing that I hear in my communities all the time is the complaint about all of these games going to mobile, all these games going to the phones, all these games going to a much more compact version of themselves, and it's because of that. It's because the attention span is shrinking. Ain't nobody got time to sit down for 8 hours trying to beat a raid boss. Nobody wants to do that shit anymore. They want to pay $24.99 to get whatever the fuck it is the shop is offering so they can beat that motherfucker right now. That's what they want to do. And then they want to beat it and then beat it again in 10 minutes and then be done. Move on to the next damn game. They don't want to invest the time anymore. They would much rather invest the money than invest the time. And you think companies don't pick up on that? Like, you think companies don't pick up on that shit? That's where all your big games went. So if you and your big budget movies, why where's all the plots and all the big budget movies? Why are all the big budget movies full of just fucking explosions? Why aren't there any more story movies? Because that shit doesn't sell anymore. That's why. Yep. You would much rather spend the money for it to happen fast than spend the time. And that's it is what it is. No one person can change that. Because at the end of the day, if you got 100,000 people all paying $1, that's $100,000. So fuck you. Ain't no one person gonna change that.
Shit, that's putting it mildly. I mean, and guys, I'm sorry we went on a tangent, but that when someone said they don't read, I'm sorry, guys. I got this. Like I said,
yo, Marcus, what's going on?
It's an elitist jackass. It's a jackass in me. I'm sorry.
It's the jackass in me.
It is. Jay the jackass. Hey man, it is what it is, bro. I can't help it sometimes, man. Sipping isn't easy when you got so much value. Is this where I pick charge my car?
Oh my god.
Yo, stuff, man. I love you, bro. I love you, man. I'm going to need you to take that shit down, bro. I got you, bro. I got you. You funny, man. Okay, so you drop in too many truths. I mean, you want me to lie to you? You want me to lie and be like, yo, man, I'm so nice. I give flowers. I don't give flowers to people. Yeah, I know.
I mean, it's facts. It's facts, man. It's facts.
I'll put flowers on a grave before I give flowers to anybody. That's actually facts. Yeah.
I get flowers for the lady, but that's about it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, for our personal lady, but that's about it. That's really what it comes down to. He says, I'm over here.
Love Death. Exactly.
Robots.
Exactly. And good, I'm glad you noticed that was Cthulhu. I pointed that shit out when I saw it on the couch. Me and my lady was watching. I was like, oh shit, they got Cthulhu. That's Cthulhu in here. Like, I was actually pointing that shit out, bro. I love Death. That new season of Love, Death, and Robots hit.
Love, Death,
that shit hit different. That shit hit so different. I liked it a lot.
I marathoned it the other day. My day off.
Yeah, me too. Me and the wife did. We marathoned that shit. Oh my god, dude.
I might be the biggest, bro. I might have to watch that over again.
Yeah, it was good. It was fucking good. Season 2 was a little, but the latest season was bravo. And I love how they touched on in the first episode. They brought back the 3 funny ass robots, but they touched on how that antisocial mentality will actually be the fucking demise of you. I love that shit. I love that they touched on that. Love that. They even said they'd have survived maybe a couple hundred extra years had they just brought the people in that actually do the jobs. Like, they tried to get the bartender. The bartender's like, no. It's so funny.
No, bro. It was just, bro. I always get Robot Chicken vibes. When I feel like I got some Robot Chicken vibes when I was watching a little bit of it, and I was like, yeah, this is this freaking stupid satire funny, man, right now. I just can't stop it, man.
HP Lovecraft Max and Cthulhu. Bro.
All right, man. I'll give you. Okay, guys. But yeah, Luke is my 2. This is when he's
a yawn.
Yeah, bro, that's funny. All right, Mr. Reyna, since both our number 1 is going to be Rimuru, would you like to
easy.
start it off? Go ahead.
Easy.
Go ahead, man.
So the reason Rimuru is the number 1 for me is predominantly because of the way that the show is written. With him coming in as a slime, literally starting as nothing. And that's a unique thing that Reincarnate as a slime has that none of the other animated, and I specifically say animated, isekais have. Is that all of them, when they reincarnate you with some great power, or you reincarnate into some great power, or you reincarnate with a weapon that has great power. It's all the same thing. Slime does not do that. He reincarnated as nothing. It's a fucking slime. There is no greatness to him. And they tell you later on in the story that everybody has Great Sage. Everybody in that world has Great Sage. They just don't think of it as Great Sage. They think it's their conscience. Rimuru actually interacts with it, and that's how he levels up. That's the big difference between Rimuru and everybody else in that world, is that they think it's their conscience, whereas he can interact with it and realize that there's give and take going on there. So he utilized that, and it's basically like thinking outside the box. And that's a real world concept. Those who can think outside the box tend to go further and achieve more in their lives than those who follow the norm. And that's what that is. Rimuru thinks outside the box, and he literally governs his own fucking nation now, as opposed to everyone else who's been just following in the routine for thousands of years and therefore has not seen a change in anything going on in the world. And Rimuru's right, Rimuru's impact on that world is astronomical from the day he set foot on it. You know, meeting into one of the dragons, one of the most feared creatures in that world, befriending it, absorbing it, setting it free, and now it works for him. like, are you fucking kidding me? Becoming a demon lord, which is one of the most feared powers in the world, again, like becoming one of them and not being an asshole. like having that power, but using that power for good and for growth instead of self gain is unheard of in that world before his arrival. Completely unheard of. All of the demon lords were selfish prior to him getting there, and most of them still remain that way. You know, and then realizing that there are interactions between the factions, between the countries, between the not just the countries but the races within those countries, and how they approach racism and culturalism and socialism and all of that stuff is phenomenal. And his approach to those factions, his approach to those hierarchies, him inserting himself into those hierarchies in ways that would be more realistic. Like, you're not going to walk into a kingdom that's been established for thousands of years and take that shit over in a night. That's not going to happen. You either need to be their ally or you're going to become their enemy, period. And that's how they approach all of it, except for the Western Church, which even with his encounter with the Western Church, he can't just walk in there and whoop their ass. They've proven that he cannot just walk in there and blow that shit to the ground. Can't do it. The rest of the world will hate you. You can't do that. And in the same aspect, he can't let them just walk over his nation either. The rest of the world will hate you. They won't respect you. So he has to find a diplomatic way to get them into a light where he can 1v1 the leader and change the minds of all the people that follow them. Like, it's a much more deep approach to, I gotta kick your ass
concept. Yeah,
right.
It's not black and white. Like, kick his
exactly
ass.
Right.
Like,
there's more. Exactly. There's more layers to it than just beat his ass and get his stuff. Now, you can't just do that, because if you beat his ass, you look like the bad guy now. His people are going to hate you because you're the bad guy now. You have to make him the bad guy. You have to show the people that is the bad guy. He should not be the leader. I need to kick his ass. You know, and that's the things that I like. That's the things that I love about Rimuru and about the Reincarnated as a slime, as a story, as a whole. So go to yours.
Well, he got most of my shit, so I'll well, because I know when we both picked Rimuru, bro, it was more so for me that, like, some of the points he's got to touch on already, and what you did really, you did a really great job, by the way. Love the explanation, love the breakdown, and also the analysis. Like, hey guys, not trying to deliver the conversation, but a prime example why you need to read. Take notes. not people in the chat, the people out there who don't read. That's why you need to read right there. God. Or at least go to graphics class. They'll teach you how to critique some shit. Maybe that might help your brain. All in all, Rimuru really is similar to Cosmo. He's an all ball out of fish. He's like a fish out of water. Because the concepts that he learned from his world in order to improve the to build a quote unquote, not a nation, because I can't say nation, but he literally built a city more often than not, like a whole infrastructure for these people. I say people, creatures, so that they live together, like dryads, the goblins. Oh, with this, fun fact, guys. Reincarnated Slime and the Goblin Slayer came out at the same time, and you have different controversies of good goblins and bad goblins. I find that funny. Don't you find that funny, by the way? Yep. I remember that. And I was just like, yo, the goblins here, nice compared to the freaking, yeah. I are womans. I are too dumb to. Okay, that's funny. That's funny. Yo, Nezio Taki, how you doing?
Hey, Nezzy.
Hey, hi, Ren. How you doing? Love that. And I take it you're a huge Demon Slayer fan. That's what's up. But I'll get to the meat of the bone of this. So he's done a lot of great things. Like I said, he propped up he propped up a nation from scratch, literally, like a city from scratch. He got the doors in on it. He got the dryads there. He's got the goblins who evolved. He got them to build proper housing, proper proper shelter for everything. They had agriculture stuff going over there, bro, building up crops. Like, bro, he got the lizard people mining the freaking caves. Like, bro, he's
everybody had a job. And what he did was instead of looking at each race negatively, he looked at them individually and looked at their strengths and said, okay, you guys are really, really good at labor. You guys build our houses. You guys are really, really good in caves. You guys mine our minerals. You guys are really, really good in the river. You guys help us find fish and food. Like that's like, and instead of looking, oh my God, you have scales. Oh my God, you're big and stinky. No, you look at the positives. You look at what they could bring to the table and put them in that spot. And that's what they do. That's how you build a fucking nation. That's how you get people to really feel involved in their living space and what they do. You find out what they're good at and you delegate them to that job. That's your job now. You're good. You're good at finding things. Go hunting. Like go get us some fucking food. You a good gatherer? Go gather us some food. You a good swimmer? Go get us some fish. Go find us some lakes and rivers. So find us some ways for us to get these streams so that we can use these streams as power. You're good at geography? Go figure out where we need to build our next sections and houses, stuff like that. Like give them positions and jobs that suit what their race was good at. And that was a fault that Rimuru noticed in all of the other nations, that they were usually just one race of things. And so they had so many things that they were not able to do, and that they were not able to do, and they were not good at, they were not prepared for, that didn't have to be that way. Didn't have to be that way at all. All they had to do was get in good relations with like a neighboring tribe, and they would have had a lot of the resources that they needed, but they would refused to do that. That's racism. And he abolished that, and he showed you, look at my nation. This is what happens when you work together with everyone. When everyone does what they're supposed to do and they do what they're good at and everyone lives, this is what happens. Basically builds an entire city overnight. Like, come the fuck on. He made his city overnight, made his city large enough to not only house his people, but the people from an entire another nation before it was destroyed. Overnight. Like, that is ridiculous. That is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, man, and I really love the situation in season 2. It feels like, I don't know, it feels like we're on 3 now, but
almost.
Yeah, really, we're gonna get a 3, and I really love that situation where he goes to save his people, and honestly, it was his own undoing in one sense. Now, on one hand, I don't think he's at fault. He's indirectly responsible. Here's why I say that. Because of the other countries being jealous of his, merchant trade, and that he technically had better merch than they did, which is why the kingdom decided to, deal with him, be in a contract with him, and actually made trade with them. Proper. One of my favorite lines is supply and demand. I love that, and that's what he did. Even the beast people, the beast kingdom and shit like that, bro. They loved his shit. Well, first of all, he bro. Once you make freaking like alcohol / wine, my man, you good.
You good.
Once you know how it works.
Every nation around you wants some of that.
Want some of that, and also,
and they made it for fruit. That's the good thing too, because that was something that the other nations didn't even fucking think of. They was making it from fruit.
Right, they didn't know at all, because like I said, I think it's limited. I think the knowledge is limited in that particular world. With him being there and actually knowing the knowledge, like I said, the knowledge from people don't understand. When all these characters should have something unique to them. If they're coming into a new world, they would, and the world is very lacking in terms of resources and intelligence, or let's say a less amount of physics to it, and you bring what you know from your world to that world, you can either boost up that, you can really boost up the economy and actually make a profit off of certain things that they don't know shit about, to put it mildly. Yeah. And I'm like, that's why the characters that we have been naming have done a lot of different things. Dude, all these motherfuckers have running a business. Lucas running a business. The assassin dude I told you about, he's running a business, bro.
And that's why when we brought this up, that we wanted to do like this tier list and just make people more aware of the different levels of greatness that the isekai genre brings. One of the criteria I wanted to make sure that we utilize was the level of impact the protagonist has on the world, because not all isekais touch on that. Not all isekais are good at portraying. Like I said, Overlord, we know it's coming. We know that impact is coming. It just hasn't. It's not there yet. When the opposite light, the reincarnation as a slime, all that is just pure Rimuru's impact on that world and how Rimuru is affecting that world. How is Rimuru is changing the views? How he's changing the people? How he's helping the art, the infrastructure of that world. Like how are you as a newcomer to this world helping or hurting this world's progress? You know, like, and that was one of that's why I put that as one of the criteria, because that will be one of the biggest draws to someone if you're new to the isekai genre and you're looking for something to watch. That's one of the biggest draws to focus on. Yes, the fight scenes are dope. Yes, you know, yes, there's some great callbacks when one of the characters is the Kamehameha wave. You know, there's big callbacks to stuff. There's all the simple-minded stuff is there, but there's also a lot of big brain ideas and big brain theories and stuff that you need to be aware of, that you need to know to look for in these types of series, and that elevate your entertainment, and your mind will elevate with it. You know, and that's I stand by that.
Right, and I'll even go on further limb for that. My band Lelouch C2 on the wall, they pretty much told me, like a series like that, you have to pay attention. There's so much that's going on, you have to pay attention to everything. Within the first watch, whenever we first saw when we were in high school, me and Chris, bro, we got everything. I paid attention to everything that was in that damn thing. And people were so surprised. Well, you remember that? I'm like, yeah, dude, I paid attention. Lucian's my favorite character. Of course, I'm paying the fucking attention, dude.
Oh yeah.
Colin's my favorite, one of my favorite females. C2 is an intelligent being. How can I not pay attention to all this? And the thing is, it's not convoluted. You know what's going on. You know what the series is. It's up to you to point out these flaws or good things in a series. Like I tell people like that, and I tell my people, each Arthur is good and bad at something. Within the big three, we had that a lot. With Bleach, he's good at character designs, but he's bad at backgrounds. Now, when Bleach first started, he was good at backgrounds, but as it went on, he sacrificed the backgrounds for his characters, and the character designs became better.
Yeah, and the character development was good, but the backstories were as the series went on. Now that I will say, just a real quick segue to the Bleach topic, that I will say continued all the way up until was it Waco Mundo? No, Waco Mundo.
You said the backstories? Is that what you said?
Yeah, the backstories were terrible all the way up until Waco Mundo. Once they got the Waco Mundo, when they started introducing the Espada, then he focused way more on improving backstory and making you feel for the characters. That's one of the reasons the Espada were so popular, was because every one of them had a backstory that would like murder you when you heard it. Like every one of them, especially Grimjow, Stark, fucking Stark story, like that one blew the fucking internet out when Stark's backstory came out. So like that it was good up at that point was where the backstories came back. They came back, and then the Fullbringer arc, he threw that shit right the fuck out the window again. So
I'm glad you bring that up. Bro, I got like those are the most trash characters ever made in my life.
I don't like to talk about the Fullbringer arc. I don't
either. But they're trash, bro. Listen, all I know is that some trash characters were created, and I don't remember what they were. There's only one character that had only one character had one good ability that was kind of broken. Begins with a C, Shukishima. That's it. The one that can just cut into your existence, and that's it. He's the only one that actually is maybe good. Everybody else is trash. I'll go on a limb and say not all of them. That's 1 out of 8 trash characters. But and that's not good. That's not saying much. But all in all, guys, like that's our those are the best isekai protagonists we went through. And all in all, if Mr. RenOtaku has a few minutes, if you guys have any questions for us about which series to check out, what's isekai to check out, just the link is in the chat for you guys. I'll repost it again, and we'll answer them as best as we can, and then we're gonna dip out. Because trust me, we all got a life here. and guess what? I'm gonna be doing some reading after this. I gotta read some more. I gotta read some Campi, the light novel of Campione right now. I'm on the part where he's met the Japanese god, the gods of Japan, because he's met the ones of England, and he's already met the Perseus. He just got them beating him, and now he's actually meeting the other gods finally. The other Campiones of origin and shit. Bro, I become a millionaire. I become a millionaire. I become a billionaire, bro. I'm putting in money for season 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, bro, I want all of it uncut and raw, bro. I'm putting.
Hell
And listen,
yeah.
I want the same company that did it the last time. All of it.
Hell yeah.
And you can't censor shit. Hey, Abby, come at me, bro. I already paid for it. I already paid for the censoring. Hold on. So Nazi, hold on. Give me 3 burgers, no bun, no cheese, the eggs on top, sliced jalapeno. What are you trying to eat, man? You trying to eat a death burger? I told my friend, like, yo, man, that's that Boondocks jokes, man. You can't feed people this shit. It'll cause death. Yo, man, who puts 2 donuts together with like some burgers? Like, that's wild. That's wild, man. That's wild, bro. Yo, you asking to be, I can't say dead, but you asking to be put in the grave quick. And I'm like, nah, bro. I mean, if we was Goku and Luffy, man, I think we can survive because we have anime. We have anime. No, we have main character plot. That's what we have. Plot shield. We have plot shield. That's what it's called. Plot shield. We got plot shield, y'all. We'll be all right. Luffy and Goku can eat enough to where they can eat. No, they can eat the entire country and they still won't die.
Still won't die. Yep.
Yeah. Oh no, Ren. We should send Jay our extra mangas.
Okay. Our extra, yeah, the duplicates
what
that we have. We have duplicates of a couple of volumes of stuff. I'll have to show it to you off stream.
Yeah, guys. Show me behind the scenes. I don't want to spoil that. That might be something really good for me to read. Who knows? All right, let me ask you a question. Is it PG-13 or is it rated R? It's rated R.
That's various ones. It's various ones. I have some duplicate My Hero volumes. I have some duplicate Jujutsu Kaisen volumes. I think I have a duplicate of a couple of Goblin Slayer volumes too.
I got those too.
So
I got some. Guys, I finally started
picking this
up, y'all. Bro, when I tell you this
chopsticks equals burger.
Chopsticks equals burgers. You know it, baby. When I tell you guys this shit is freaking one of the craziest freaking mangas, bro. I ain't gonna lie, Pokemon manga go hard. They go in, bro. Sabrina, I ain't gonna lie, man, bro. Everybody talk about Misty and all these. Sabrina is the hottest gym leader in the original. I don't give a damn, bro. I don't care. I can't say that out loud, but
yeah, I can't say that out loud. But, I love it.
No, she's 16 in the. Actually, no. In the Venture, she's like 20 when you meet her again because she's part of Team Rocket, and there's like a 3-year time skip or some shit like that. So she goes from like 17 to 20. That's crazy.
Have I showed you the Hellsing mangas? No. So Nezzy, I told you that the first anime that Nezzy had ever actually got into was Hellsing, and around the time that we first got together, like almost 10 years ago now, when she was still living with her mom and stuff, I would send her. I told her to watch Hellsing. She'd watch Hellsing on her little phone. She loved Hellsing. So, when we lived together, a few years later, they came out with the perfect edition of the Hellsing mangas, and there's only 3 of them because it's got the whole series in 3 books, and that's what these.
Oh yeah, he's got the. He's
that's
got
what
the,
these are.
Bigs, yeah.
These are
I gotta get
it's
those.
like cloth back, like leather back case, and it's got multiple volumes in each book. Like these are hefty. These are really, really hefty, and they have. Like if you look at the art in there, like it's like real ink. You can smell the ink on these bad boys. Like it is. These bad boys are solid. They even got the freaking the freaking novel book mark. You got the For Invincible. Yeah, there you go. So so it's like baby. The whole. I got all of the volumes for the Hellsing series in these 3 big ass heavy ass books.
Same here, man. These shits are heavy right here too, bro.
Yeah.
So Berserk Deluxe Edition, man. Guys, you guys got to get these. These things are awesome.
She's collecting. She's collecting the perfect edition for Soul Eater too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I'm actually starting collecting those too.
3. I think she's got 3 of the volumes so far. I think they have 5 volumes out. Right? I think so. She's got 1.
Well, she's got 1. Edition, probably 10. probably.
Yeah, she got
It
the
might come out with two.
perfect edition. She's got volumes 1, 2, and 3, I believe, and then
Okay.
she's missing 4 and 5 of them. I think they're out to 5 now. I'm not sure. Which one?
And everybody, guys, I have like 2. So I made my dresser my second.
Oh, they have more than that now. Okay, yeah. See, it's been a minute since she got the last one because broke. But you know, we make it happen. We make this shit happen. We gonna work.
I heard that.
You know.
I heard that. I heard that, asshole. And guys, I do.
Is that? Hold on.
I have the manga and I have the light novel for this. I'm actually have 2 books
nice,
coming in.
nice. I thought that was
guys,
Reincarnated as a Sword. I love Reincarnated as a Sword, dude. I just started reading.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I got 5. I get the first 5 volumes for that.
I got the first 2. They're actually right over there. I actually got them over there. I'm behind on the Trinity 7 collecting that because I need to collect the manga to that one. Get
that.
That is criminally underrated. But yeah, guys, I have all the Devil Sister Testament ones, man. I told you this main character, he's a tri-bird, bro. He's like busted, bro. There is a specific reason why he has 8 wives, bro. 8 to 7, bro. It's stupid. Just like the smart. Oh yeah, by the way, if you know, in the smartphone thing, RenOtaku, when they in the last episode, I can't say that. I won't say that. But,
Spoil
it. It's foreshadowed that he will have more than just the girls that you see around with him. It's foreshadowed.
Now we like those kinds of foreshadows.
Yeah. Now it's like I said, but the difference is they all have different techniques and abilities.
Right.
I think one is a knight, and we won't, and that's why we need the second season. So we'll get to them before he adds him. But he definitely gets a fairy. He actually gets a fairy, surprisingly. I don't know how fairies work unless they get turned our human size, or you treat me to her size. That'd be wild though. Still, I mean, some Alice in the Wonderland shit, bro. But guys, like I said, I'll give you guys 5 minutes before we dip out. If you guys want to come up and really just ask us for like a preference on the isekai to watch, we'll tell you.
Or anything. Okay. Any questions, really? You got any questions whatsoever about anything? Anything you want to ask me? Anything you want to ask Jay? Go ahead.
Right.
This is the time.
Says, I love
I'm
my
not going to be here too much longer.
Yeah, exactly.
Is the character a masochist or insane? Exactly. Look, Uncle, one way.
I mean,
right?
Uncle Guns, let me say this. I talked to my brother Chris about this, and we had conversations. I told him in real life, bro. And to the ladies out here, this ain't a diss on y'all. I'm just gonna be real with you and be respectful as I say it. But let me say this: one of y'all is enough. I'm gonna be real. It's enough for me. Yeah, one. I don't need nobody else. And if I were to have another one, it'd just be 2, and that's the end of it. I don't want to hear nothing else after that. I'm not gonna have 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7. I don't want that shit. That's 8 times the fucking head. So no. So 1 or 2, and that's fucking it for me. That's it. One of my brothers already got 2 wives. He's crazy. I can't say he's crazy, but he knows what he's doing. He's a respectable man. He knows what he's doing. Not in America, though. Don't worry, he ain't in America, so they can't say shit. He said, what's your take on SAO Abridged? SAO Abridged is kind of funny. I thought
SAO Abridged was funny.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. I still think Dragon Ball is still the funniest one. Oh man, TSF Abridged, that shit is funny, bro.
Oh my god.
1 is none, 2 is 1, 3 is a
guarantee. 3 is a guarantee.
Uncle Gun, 3 is a headache. What the hell are you talking about?
He said 3 is a guarantee.
3 is not a guarantee. Actually.
Oh, that's funny shit. That's really funny shit.
Yeah. Nezi said, Nezi Otaku says 2 wives. Yeah, 2 is enough, and that's it. That's it, man.
Yeah, 2 is good. That's good. Yeah, that's a solid number right there. P for plenty.
What did he say?
I said P for plenty.
Plenty what? I mean,
oh my god!
I mean, if you guys were to watch an H series, like that dude had like 7 or 8. It was wild. And funny enough, I can talk about the plot because it's not really because I can say everything without having to say anything, or just making it get R-rated. Basically. Let's say some rich dude had some probably knocked up one of his maids or some woman he liked, And then after that, the son who he's not bastard at all. He became the after the father passed away, he became the new leader of the conglomerate. But the thing is, he has the mate with a woman in order to produce the heir, in order for him to be head of the conglomerate, similar to the Kirin Satsuki.
I specialize in headaches. I'm done.
I'm done. Okay, we're gonna end it on that, bro. You crazy.
Oh my god.
She says, right, Ren?
Look, I ain't in that. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Don't give me that.
Yeah, I don't think I want to know the story because it sounds like a hassle. But
oh
yeah,
my god.
Yeah, any questions you guys got for us, and stop like joking.
That's what happens when you open up the floor for questions. You get the joke.
He said, "Oh my god, shut up."
Oh my god.
Oh man. Oh, I hate people.
Or several average ones. I love that.
It would take one very special woman to want to stay with the guns, or some average one, bro. Like, bro, average.
I'm fucking done. I'm done. That was a good one. That's a good one.
She says I'm dead. Yo, Nancy says I'm dead.
All the way dead. Like deceased, buried, funerals tomorrow.
I mean, I'll just say this, man. Just like get with Wally West guy, the girl that wants you to get away with some shit, and also a girl that's gonna be there with you all to the end of time. Simple enough, and please, for the love of anime and all angels everywhere, please don't get that bitch angry. So I'm gonna tell you. Well, I'm gonna say, oh, okay, I should correct that. If she's a bitch, you probably should be with her. She needs to be an angel. She gotta be able to play that flute for you. P is plenty for A's a military thing, along with one is none, two is one. Bro, you wild. I can't say bro, I mean sis, you wild right now. You wilding right now. That's crazy. That's one. because that's like the question is, I can't say that aloud, but it's like asking the question of like, is like 5 plenty or not enough for you, or do you need to get it going? I'm like, no, guys, I don't. I got plenty of fuel in the tank. This is all the fuel I need right here, man. And yes, guys, they do have pages, but yeah. But guys, our next topic, 2 weeks from now, hopefully I don't go on my hiatus anytime soon. I'm still gonna plan on doing it. And freaking Great Pill, if you're still here, you fucking asshole, bro, I'm gonna send you a freaking message so we can get your interview going, so we can knock that out. Because Nathan and Marcus are waiting on a chopping block, just like you were. So I'm getting you done first. Like I said, I'm knocking out, and then those two are gonna go afterwards. But guys, like I said, our next topic 2 weeks from now, guys. I'm gonna put the thumbnail. This is gonna be very controversial, but we're gonna have to go R on it like we did this, man. Right here.
It's good hair animes. Here we go. Yeah,
guys. And we're gonna, dude, that might be a 2-hour stream, dead ass.
Hey, this one was shit.
No, it's like an hour and 48 minutes, man. We ain't hit it yet. We about to end it before we get to 2. I promise you that. We ain't gonna make it to 1:55. But nobody wants to come in. Okay, we're all cool with that. Hey man, just more time to talk and plan stuff. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be our next topic 2 weeks from now. I gotta know what day I'm off, hopefully, and I can set that up for us for when we get it done. And hopefully everything goes well. We will at one point do a Digimon stream, and we're not doing Digimon versus Pokemon. That's a rate.
That's an age-old pointless argument.
Argument.
Not even gonna have that.
Both have gods, but Digimon stomps. It's done. It's over, bro. This is 5 years. I was over this 5 years ago. I already knew. Once Zen Millennium Mom came in the picture, I'm like, it's done. It's done. Dialga gets bitch slapped by Galabon. I'm gonna piss off a lot of Pokemon fans. Yeah. Right. Hey, no. Dude, you know what's so bad about this? I'm a Rayquaza fanboy, and I'm gonna piss off every Rayquaza fanboy out there. Listen, War Greymon one shot kills every dragon. Did y'all know that? No, you probably didn't know that. He does. His
You're
claws
gonna
more
make
shot
him
anybody.
mad. You're gonna make him mad.
Even Megaform.
You're gonna make him
Yeah, I'm
mad.
really. I don't care to get mad. They can get mad, man. Don't get. Listen, don't get mad at me, man. Get mad at the motherfucker who made your character so weak.
Right.
That's not my problem. Not my fault. I didn't write it. If I write it, you can come at me. That's cool. But I mean, even if, I'll say this: even if I did write it, I wouldn't change it to make you guys be happy. I wouldn't do it just because I like to see you guys fester and get mad. Y'all do this in Japanese about mangaka, but y'all ain't gonna do this shit to me.
Right.
I know where you live.
Exactly. I want to be the very best.
I want to be the very best. Marcus, I love you. You gotta stop singing, man. We live streaming about the boys Friday. I got you, man. I got you. I'll be on there. Whatever, be on there. Boys has been good, by the way. I watched all 3 episodes. Homelander, a crazy psychopath, but I think we all knew that. I'm just waiting for this dude to go full on Joker. I'm just waiting on it. But everybody who hates Homelander, Omni-Man killed him in Death Battle.
Oh yeah, Omni-Man would smoke.
Bro, that was
easy.
Bro, I already knew who won. Bro, I already knew who was gonna win, bro. Viltrumites are Saiyans and Kryptonians.
Yeah, like there's nothing like period. Like,
bro, you tell me. Okay, first of all, let's go to Omni-Man did in episode what? It's done. It's done. There's nothing you can do, bro. Like Homelander, I technically just because he's like a Walmart, he's the Walmart version of Superman. That's what I call him. Omni-Man is a planet level, and Superman is God tier. So it is what it is. But yeah, bro, that was just funny, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. Oh, I should pull up that death battle right now because it was funny. Yo, he pulled out his own heart. He ripped his own jaw. He said, "Remember what I promised you, man." He said, "Now swallow, bro." That's wild, bro. He had me rolling when he said that. I was like, "That's funny, bro." That was the funniest one-sided death battle I ever laughed my ass off on. The only one I don't appreciate is Ryuko versus freaking Shadow. Like, you can't do that, bro. Shadow got his ass beat twice, and then they try to give him an opponent. That doesn't really make sense for him to beat, so he doesn't get shitted on. And he shouldn't be Vegeta. Like, that's bullshit. He should stomp Vegeta. And yes, guys, Archie Comics Sonic is still beating Goku. If you don't know about Enerjack, then shut the hell up. And Enerjack is that boy. Enerjack is my boy, man. I love the echidnas because of that dude now. Oh, and Silver the Hedgehog is Enerjack tier, by the way. In the books he is, but it's inconsistent still because he's a time traveling. He's been time traveling through that. But guys, all in all, we're gonna end this now because nobody's asking us any questions. And I'll read your last one, Marcus, before we close out. But we're gonna end it here. And hope that you enjoyed the stream. Thanks for really showing up, guys. You guys made this shit awesome. Like I said,
I haven't started watching Kenobi yet, so I'm gonna actually start on that and see how good that is. I think Miss Marvel might be pretty good. I
have not watched the first episode yet. Yeah, I have not watched the first episode yet.
I didn't watch it. I didn't even know it started, so I'm gonna have to watch the first episode of that too. Yeah. It did it? Okay. I'm gonna have to watch that and see if it is as good as I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be pretty good though. That's a prediction for me. I haven't seen it yet. Stranger Things, and what do you guys think of it? So the Stranger Things lit, absolutely fucking lit. And I this new season is fire. So
yeah, guys, I have to catch up. I have to catch up because guys, remember I only finished 1, so I have to watch 2, 3, and then
he's gonna catch up on the seasons. I am behind by 1 season, but I have seen a couple episodes of the new season. Okay, yes, yeah. I've seen a couple episodes of the new season because you can't not at this point, and it's lit. So I'm very, very excited for it.
Oh, dude, I've been avoiding it for the most part. All I know that there might be some demon creatures.
This is most likely Auntie calling me to go get my daughters, so I'm gonna have to wrap this up here, guys.
Going to pick up my nieces, man.
Yeah, right, I got to pick the girls up.
Tell Uncle Jay said hi. He loves them, and of course, tell Achilles that his favorite uncle misses him too.
I sure will. Hey, you guys, you have an excellent day. Ren says, make sure you eat, make sure you poop, make sure you sleep. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy some anime. Watch some anime titties jiggle. If you're sad today, it'll brighten your day. I promise you. Outside of that, Ren's out, guys. Peace.
All right. Sayonara, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this stream and hope to see you guys 2 weeks from now. Isekai Otaku and Nezzy Otaku, thank you so much for being here. Uncle Guns, you were amazing. Thanks for being honest. I really love that. And Gray Pill and Marcus, my old faithfuls. Thank you guys for being here. And Self-Made, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate, like I said, I love the support and also the questionings. And Vital Message, thank you for showing up. I appreciate your comment earlier. And all in all, guys, we're gonna call it a day. I have a chill out plan for 8 p.m. that night. So, like I said, you know what it is. It's random topics. If you want to talk about anything, like I said, we talk about anime, talk about real world shit. Nobody bashes each other on there or whatever. They're just chilling, a chill vibe. And if you want to join us, 8 p.m. tonight Eastern time, you're welcome to join us. All in all, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, our camaraderie, and the collaboration. And by the way, one thing, strawberry smoothie over milkshake. I don't give a fuck. Come at me. I stand on that with 10 toes. But enjoy the outro.